This program contains strong language from the offset.
Political bullshit. I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them.
Listen, you motherfuckers, we're gonna tax you 25%.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion fucking dollars in the bank.
Look it up for yourself. I mean, this is what do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Do you regret saying that specifically about rapists, or do you stand by it?
No, not at all.
On both sides, sir. You said there was hatred, there was violence on both sides.
Well, I do think there's blame. Yes, I think there's blame on both sides. You look at both sides. I think there's blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it. And you don't have any doubt about it either. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. Was George Washington a slave owner? So will George Washington now lose his status? Are we going to take down, excuse me, are we going to take down statues to George Washington? Okay, who's next? Yeah, please. Excuse me, sit down. You weren't called. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Go ahead. No, you don't. You haven't been called. Go back to Univision. These claims are all fabricated. They're pure fiction and they're outright lies. These events never, ever happened.
McGilvery couldn't believe what she had just heard.
We hear Anderson Cooper ask him, like, a number of times, you know, is this something that you did? Did you grope women? Did you kiss them? And he just adamantly says no.
I better use some Tic Tacs just in case they start kissing her.
I jumped off of my couch, and I was like, you're a liar.
He asked to meet her at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
He came to me and started kissing me open-mouthed, as he was pulling me towards him and tried to push him away. I pushed his chest to put space between us, and I said, "Come on, man, get real."
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it.
He
you can do anything.
repeated my words back to me. Get real.
Until he sat down next to her one night in a Manhattan dance club.
The person on my right, who, unbeknownst to me at that time, was Donald Trump, put their hand up my skirt.
Grab him by the pussy. I can do anything.
On Sunday, the president tweeted that 4 Democratic members of Congress, all U.S. citizens and women of color, should go back to the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came.
They're always telling us how to run it, how to do this, how to do... You know what? If they don't love it, tell them to leave it. Well, I think they're very bad for our country. I really think they must hate our country. When the one mentioned that brown people should speak for brown people and Muslim people should speak for Muslim people, and you hear all this, it's not what our country is all about.
Today, the president's attacks on 4 duly elected U.S. Congresswomen of color entered its second week. While en route to the Supreme Court to pay his respects to the late Justice John Paul Stevens, Trump had this to say: "The Squad is a very racist group of troublemakers who are young, inexperienced, and not very smart."
I'm unhappy with the fact that a congresswoman can hate our country. I love this country, but this country is going to hell.
We're not a great country now. We're not a great country. We love our country, but we're not a great country.
I'm talking about how to make this country great again. We're not great now. We've been let down by the politicians. They've made us a laughingstock. We have huge deficits, we have huge unemployment, we have a huge problem, and we're not respected. We're not respected in the world. The world laughs at us. Putin's a killer. A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Why, you think our country's so innocent? We're becoming a third world country because of our infrastructure, our airports, our roads, everything. The first task for our new administration will be to liberate our citizens from the crime and terrorism and lawlessness that threatens our communities.
Other nations and other countries don't want to hear about American exceptionalism. They're insulted by it, and that's what Putin was saying. American exceptionalism. Obama likes to use that term. Some others like to use that term. And, you know, you think of the term as being fine, but all of a sudden you say, well, what if you're in Germany, or what if you're in Japan, or what if you're in any one of 100 different countries? You're not going to like that term.
And it's very
Okay, but
insulting when he actually
could you charge the president with a crime after he left office?
Yes.
You believe that you could charge the president of the United States with obstruction of justice after he left office?
Yes.
Ethically, under the ethical standards?
Well, I'm not certain because I haven't looked at the ethical standards, but the OLC opinion says that the prosecutor, while he cannot bring a charge against the sitting president, nonetheless he can continue the investigation to see if there are any other persons who might be drawn into the conspiracy.
Time of the gentleman
First
is expired. The
observed,
gentleman from Rhode
Attorney
Island.
General Barr appears to have shown an unsettling willingness to undermine his own department.
Casey was baseball mad, had the fever and had it bad. Just to restore the hometown through every school, Katie flew. On a Saturday, her young soul called to see if she'd like to go to see a show, but Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game, take me out to the cross. Oh, buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back that game. Blue for the whole team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, strikes are out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Oh, buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back that big root for the whole team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, strikes you're out at the old ball game. Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names. Told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. So just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me up to the ball game, take me up with the crowd. Oh, buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back that